What's up? It's Kaiju here with another review. Today we'll be reviewing the X-ray pad Equate Mousepad. If I sound dead, it's because I recorded a video already that I enjoyed recording and it unfocused midway and I didn't notice. Sorry. It's just so freaking frustrating, man. So yeah, we have the Equate here. Uh Man, I'm sorry guys. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so we have the Equate here. So this comes in at 450 by 400 millimeters, kind of standard. So yeah, it has a nice design here, the Galaxy design. So this is really good. This looks so sick with the white mouse. I don't have a white mouse right now. I did borrow a white, G Pro Superlight from my friend, and it just looks so good. So anyways, onto the mouse pad. So yeah, I would I'll show the stitching. The stitching is kind of like your typical X-ray pad stitching, but it is better than the Aqua Control Plus stitching. And this time, my won't focus. Yeah, it's smaller than the Aqua Control Plus stitching. It's not as raised. It's still kind of noticeably raised. It's not even with the pad, but it's definitely better already. Rubber backing, same thing and same problem. It's not really that good. It really moves around. I will just I don't know if you guys will see it, but I'm really just moving my mouse, and the mouse pad is moving kind of like that as well. But never really affected me in game. So yeah, the performance of the Equate. So actually, I will break this down into two parts because the pre-washed Equate and the post-wash Equate. Because after washing the Equate, it does change. I don't know why they didn't state it in the X-ray pad website, but I don't know. I mean, it did change for me, like noticeably change. Initially, I wasn't enjoying it that much compared to the Pulsar Power Break. You know, I'm gonna upload that video as well, probably same time as this. So yeah, because yeah, so I didn't really like it pre-wash, and then post-wash I really did enjoy it a lot. So again, so the pre-wash, how it really is. So the Equate is really one of the slowest pads you could probably try, but that's been dethroned by the Power Break and the what's this? The one with lethal gaming gear, the Jupiter, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so the Equate is a really slow pad, and I don't know if I can suggest this for like fast games, like Apex or Titanfall, but I did enjoy them. Like I still actually prefer this for tracking compared to click timing because with this pad, aside from it being very slow, the static friction is just so high to the point that it's tiring. Like uh the static friction and initial friction is so high that you really have to put in the effort to move your mouse from point A to point B. And then once you stop somewhere around point B, if you're it's gonna be very, very difficult to microcorrect to point C. So yeah, it's like you took so much effort to flick, and then you're gonna need a lot of effort again to microcorrect. So if I could make an analogy, it's like when those times, like in movies or shows or even real life, that when the car gets stuck in mud, like you've seen those videos, like the car tires are really trying to get out of the mud puddle, and if people are pushing it, that's kind of how it feels. Like you're really going to noticeably. I mean, you're not gonna use your entire arm; it's still a mouse pad, but relatively to how mouse pads are and to the mice, even with tiger eyes feet, I'm not just using core pads, even with tiger eyes feet, which are considered fast pads, fast mouse feet. So you're really going to put in the effort to flick and microcorrect. So really, static friction is really high on this pad. um so if you're really into aim training, you're gonna get tired, but in game, like playing Valorant, I didn't really notice it. It's really just very noticeable in aim training. um But yeah, I didn't enjoy it that much as well playing in Valorant. I just preferred the power break. So, anyways, yeah, really, really high static. I cannot emphasize this enough because that's what really turned me off or made me not like this pad as much. is the really high static and inertial friction and the difficulty in micro-correcting. Oh, wait, I gotta check if this is focused. Oh my gosh, it's not focused again. There. Stress. Anyways, yeah. Because that's what happened in the other video. Like I've been like talking my heart out, being so passionate with this with the mouse pad, and it just wasn't focused. Like damn, whatever. Okay. Anyways, move on. Moving on. So yeah, the dynamic friction is less than the static friction. So this pad, if you like a slow pad for tracking games, yeah, this is for you. I really did enjoy tracking with this one. Like I broke my high scores in Kovacs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like uh the stitching, the how big it is, the rubber backing still kind of bad. The surface feels like your typical. It's like a cloth pad version of the Aqua Control Plus. I don't know if that makes sense. So it doesn't feel like the standard cloth pad like the QCK or the Artisan Zero. I don't know what they call the fiber is. It's probably in the X-Ray Pad website, but yeah, it's not that rough, but maybe, just maybe, if you have sensitive skin, you might find it annoying, but I don't really care about it. It's fine for me. I actually like kind of, rougher mouse pads because you can feel the texture and all that. Um, oh yeah, something very, very, very important. It does get affected by humidity or temperature. It does change. Like, it's really, really slow, and pretty much for me, unusable when it's affected by humidity or it's warm or when it gets slow. I don't know what exactly affects it, but it does get really really slow than what it is, and it's almost unusable for me. And then the and then it does get faster when your room is kind of colder, or you just kept it and in the box and then you removed it again. It- yeah. Okay, so it does get affected by humidity. It's really slow, blah blah blah, whatever. I hated it. Not really hated it, but kind of disliked it. Uh, and then, oh yeah, post wash. And then I decided to wash it. Hey, maybe it's just dirty. Maybe, whatever. So I washed it following the X-Ray Pad website instructions, deep washed it, blah, blah, blah. So after that, I really did enjoy the pad more. Like the static friction wasn't so heavy and unusable anymore. And yeah, the dynamic friction is still pretty much the same, still pretty controlled. But the initial friction in static friction is less. It did the stopping power, yeah, noticeably less, but it's still pretty controlled. It's still the stopping power is still better than the QCK Edge and the Artisan Zero. So it's still, I would still consider it as a slow pad because you can still notice how slow it is. Uh, so yeah, post wash, if the equate for you is too slow, just wash it, then it's gonna get faster. So initially, actually, I think one of the reasons why I was hating on this pad is because I already had the pulse power brake before I got this pad. So I kind of had the bias. I enjoy the pulse power brake a lot. So that's why the pre-washed equate I didn't like. But post washing it, I just didn't know which one I preferred. I actually, I'm kind of preferring this now over the post wash equate over the pulsar power brake because uh yeah, it's still noticeably slow. It's still very very controlled. It still feels more, just more relaxed compared to the Artisan Zero. Uh and it's now more universal. Like I can use it for Valorant and tracking games. As compared to the power break is really just suited for tactical FPS. So yeah, if you're finding the equate too slow or unusable, try washing it. Maybe it'll be better. If it's still unusable for you, just sell it or something. So, anyways, I'm sorry for the kind of bad mood thing because I was really just enjoying my talking about it. Comparing this to the Pulsar Power Break, and then I just found out that it wasn't focused. So yeah, now this is still focused. Anyways, if you guys have any more questions, just comment down below. I'll answer them as best as I could. Peace out and enjoy.